Now, the Philippines is pushing hard into renewable energy, but this isn't just about going green. It's about making power more reliable, more affordable, and ready for what comes next. At the center of that push is the Green Energy Auction Program, or GEAP, a market-based tool designed to fast-track clean power into the grid. But as the government rolls out more auctions, the questions are piling up. Are we moving fast enough? Are the rules working? And are consumers actually seeing the benefits? Joining us now is Pete Ilagan, president of NASECORE, the National Association of Electricity Consumers for Reforms. NASECORE is a consumer watchdog that's been at the forefront of power sector reform, working to ensure policies like GEAP don't just attract investors, but deliver real gains for Filipino households and businesses. Good morning, Mr. Ilagan. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Mikey. And
Yes.
thank you for inviting me to your program.
Yeah,
And
of course.
good morning to all your viewers also.
All right, let's get to it. The Philippines has some of the most expensive power in Asia, sir. Is the Green Energy Auction Program the solution? And in that context, what is it and how might it bring power costs down?
Well, it's true that we have one of the highest rate in Asia. In fact, our generation cost alone, which plays or make up a big part of our monthly electric bill, it ranges now between 720 to 780, or average of 7 pesos and 40 centavos per kilowatt hour. Because of this high cost of power, which is a failure of the EPIRA, as we were promised by the EPIRA of lower cost of price and stable supply of electricity. We welcome the coming in of the Green Energy Auction Program because this is designed to reduce the cost of power and designed to promote the reliability of supply through competitive, transparent, and accelerated procurement of energy. So
Yeah.
we welcome the coming in of green energy as a way of providing us energy security in the country.
Yeah, very high power costs in the Philippines. Our average price is 7 pesos, and that's just the generation charge, doesn't include distribution and other add-ons. How might GEAP bring this cost lower, sir?
Well, number one, right now in our generation mix, coal plays a very close. Coal fuel still makes up for a big part of our generation mix. Our installed capacity In our installed capacity, coal is more than 50%, and with that, it makes us very vulnerable to the global oil and coal price shocks. So dito makakaiwas na tayo if we will be dependent on locally available renewable energy. So it will reduce our dependence on expensive and imported fossil fuel.
Yes, because that's one of the main reasons why power is so expensive in the Philippines. We have the high dependence on imported fuel, regulatory bottlenecks, thin competition. When you talk about the whole point of GEAP, sir, the point is to bring down the cost of electricity and to provide energy security. Can you walk us through how GEAP plans to do this?
Well, number one, GEAP is also designed to fix the high cost of power, which was the result also of the first introduction of the renewable energy in the portfolio standards of the distribution utilities. Alam naman natin that it was the government who set the price for the first entry of the renewable energy through the feed-in tariff or fit-all charge, which we find in our monthly electric bill. So GEAP is also designed to fix this high cost of power coming from the FIT program. Dito, it's the government who will do the auctioning now. The Department of Energy will set the rules, and distribution utilities will be the off-takers from the providers or the investors who will participate in the auction program.
Yeah.
The auction program will be based on their offering of the least cost, and with the ERC setting the ceiling price or the reserve price, as they would call it, and this will be the basis of the bidders. And whoever wins will have we can have can have this transaction with the distribution utilities, and they will have to file their agreement, their contracts with the Energy Regulatory Commission. But it will not be like what we are having now in the resolution of power supply agreement application, which are too slow and too lengthy. This kind of applications between the winners, between the winning bidder and the distribution utilities are expectedly to be done in a faster way.
That's right. We need this competitive auctioning because the lowest bid will give us the best price. We also need transparency. But how do we execute this? How do we accept the green energy program without sacrificing supply reliability and affordability, sir?
Well, in order for us to realize the reliability of this capacity coming from the renewable energy providers, well, the DOE must be really prepared on its policy direction. They must have a very clear direction for the investors. And the Energy Regulatory Commission must show its readiness in resolving applications so that there will be no delay in the delivery and implementation of the project. And then the NGCP must be smart grid. They must be able to show their capacity to absorb additional capacity so that the consumers in need of capacity will be assured that there will be no delay and this will not result to brownouts or power outages.
Yun lang, sir. Are we ready for GEAP? It's a triumvirate that all needs to work together. Department of Energy, DOE, NGCP. More power will help bring prices down. But are we ready to accept this? Is the grid ready, sir?
The way we look at it right now, sadly, I could say that we are not ready at this time because of lack of a unified direction among the Department of Energy, Energy Regulatory Commission, and the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines. They need to have a unified direction in order to give the right signal to the investors and in order for them to restore the public confidence in our regulatory system. They need to have that unified direction. They need close coordination. They need to be aligned with each other.
Sir, how far are we from where we are, from where we need to be on this front?
Again, sadly, we are very far from reality. DOE must review all their policies and come up with a policy that would set a unified direction, drawing the ERC and the NGCP to be aligned with their policy. And there should be a close monitoring of how these policies are implemented in order to ensure that the purpose of these policies are realized successfully.
So we heard about your asks from the DOE. You want to simplify policies and streamline the work. What do you want, sir, from the ERC and from the NGCP?
Well, it should start from the DOE. There should be clear rules on this auction program that it will also provide penalties for any delay because this will be an additional cost to the consumers. And there should be strict implementation of the timeliness in the delivery of the contracts or the capacities as they are much needed in order to sustain the supply reliability and stability. There should be a close public monitoring also. This should be published and made known to the public so that consumers can also be partners in monitoring in order to ensure the success of this program. In the ERC level, the ERC must also evaluate its policies, their current resolutions in order to address the slowness in the resolving all the pending applications at their table for the rate reset applications, the power supply agreement applications, and the capital expenditures applications, and other
Yeah.
applications like emergency power supply requirements. And on NGCP, the DOE must sit down really with the NGCP and discuss their power development program or the annual transmission development program, the short, the middle, and long-term development program of the transmission system in order for them to have that confidence that they are ready and really sincere in encouraging investors to invest in the country to make our energy supply reliable and affordable.
So you mentioned the sluggish pace of the approval of contracts. What is it now, and where would you like it to be in terms of time? How long does it take? Is it a year, and to what would you like to whittle that timeline down to?
Well, truth of the matter is that in NGCP alone, early this year, we were given the report that more than 150 are pending applications with ERC. More than 150 with NGCP alone. With the electric cooperatives, we have not yet seen a rate reset from these 121 electric cooperatives. We still have even these confusing bills. People do not understand, consumers do not understand these unbundled rates. We are confused with the monthly adjustment in the generation, transmission, and systems loss charges. We still have this unresolved refund of Meralco and the other distribution utilities. Remember, we have 141 distribution utilities, and we are using one standard methodology in rate setting. And if Meralco, the biggest player in the distribution sector, made a voluntary offer, then we are still awaiting the voluntary offer of the rest of the 140 distribution utilities that they too may refund in order to benefit or in order for the consumers to be given a fair treatment for having them been overcharged.
Okay.
So these are some of the problems that we have with the Energy Regulatory Commission.
So many hurdles to face. Speaking of the Energy Regulatory Commission, sir, President Marcos has just appointed new ERC chair, veteran energy lawyer Francis Juan, and 2 new commissioners. Do you see this as a positive reset for the ERC, sir?
Well, with the background of the new chairperson who had a decade of experience as an executive director of the Energy Regulatory Commission, we expect nothing but better performance from an agency that has lost public confidence. So we expect a quick and swift implementation of all the reforms needed in order to restore public confidence in that agency. And we pray for the new chair, Attorney Juan, that he may be able to do the expectation not only of Malacanang, but of the entire consumers who have been suffering from the high cost, from the failure of the IPIRA in its promise to provide low-cost electricity and reliable supply.
Lastly, sir, which specific reforms would you like the new ERC chair to tackle first?
Well, number one, it's all the pending applications because this has a very negative effect on the investors if their money will be stuck in bureaucratic limbo. So they have to resolve all the applications immediately. Second, the full implementation of the retail competition and open access. This has been the promise of the IPIRA as the method of bringing down the cost of electricity by allowing market forces to do this effort of bringing down the cost of electricity. And we also have what are the let me just
That's okay, sir. We're good. We're good. Thank you so much for your time. We're hoping that everything looks good, not just on paper, but in reality as well. So we can take that promise of lower electricity rates and start to feel that. Thank you for your time, sir. NASECORE President Pete Ilagan.
Thank you also so much, Mikey. Thank you.